A bit about myself, I graduated from Langara College. I did a diploma in financial management. I did a stint at UBC for about a year in poli-sci, but so that was not for me. And then afterwards I decided to do my CMA. And then since then I've had a couple of different jobs, and now I'm a senior analyst for TELUS. I help to plan and budget for the call centers for our wireline businesses. So we have several call centers across Canada, as well as outside of Canada. And so you can imagine that several hundred people in every single call center generates a lot of information. So we can work backwards to figure out how many people we need for each call center based on the data that we collect. So we can predict how much money we need to spend for the call centers in a given year. With a small business here in Vancouver, they did imported products from outside of Canada, mainly Asia, and they sold to big box retail stores here. And that was probably the best experience I've ever had. Nobody told me that I should go for a big company first coming out of university, but I just took whatever I could get. And that was a great experience because in a small company, you get to learn how to work with everybody in the company. And in the company, you get to sit beside the owner of the company, and that's just a phenomenal experience because you get to watch him close deals, you get to watch him negotiate with huge companies. They had a couple of volunteer tax clinics when I was at Langara, and what was great about that was they gave us a chance to see what it's like to work in the real world and work with real clients. So we would sit down there and we'd do the tax returns for these people, and that was great because it gave me a chance to see whether or not I wanted to be an accountant or not. Well, it's very seasonal in nature. So I work a lot in budget support and financial analysis. So thankfully we don't have to do the budget every week. That would be a nightmare. But when the budget time comes, I think that would probably be what most people typify the role that I work in. It's very high stress, but it's also very rewarding because you get to work with a lot of senior executives. You get to see how they think. And just again, the exposure and the continued education that you get from working with really high-powered, really smart people is great. It's a general understanding of Excel. Some people think that you need to take a lot of courses. Honestly, actually, most people learn Excel from other people, but you can handle a pivot table or you know how to build models. That's pretty important. A good understanding of math. It doesn't have to be excessive. You don't need to do no parabolas or anything like that you had to do in high school, or nothing, no trigonometry or anything like that. But generally understand how to unpack and add numbers. If you can add and subtract, that's pretty important. The best people that I aspire to be like are actually very quiet and very humble. I hope that it's revealed just through the hard results of what gets done.